Welcome to Bed Crime Stories Podcast. I'm your host, T. And if true crime is your jam, and like me you enjoy delving into unsolved cases trying to figure out who done it, please consider subscribing. Also, if you find value in my content, please hit that like button. Don Wells' stepsister, Mary, has said that Don allegedly once tried to sell his firstborn son to a dealer for drugs. However, in a phone call with Chris McDonough, Don claimed that he'd never heard of such a thing. Take a listen.
Have you known any kids to be treated for dope?
Never in my life. I've never even heard of anything like that before.
Okay.
I think it'd be interesting to see if one would even do anything like that. Because I think most of them tell you they'd probably beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? I think some of them got more integrity than that, even though they're damn drug dealers, you know?
Now listen to what Don tells Mary in a phone call with her.
I remember many times throughout my life, girls hitting on me. I've been to places in California where I've been to some places where there were little kids, where people were trying to sell these little kids.
Oh, wow.
I've seen a lot of shit.
Did you notice how Don said a lot of girls hit on him, not women? He also said, in case you didn't hear that when he was in California, he saw people selling kids. He doesn't mention drugs in this statement, but he does admit that he's seen children being sold. There's so much wrong with that whole story. Don doesn't tell Mary that when he saw this, he called law enforcement to report it. He doesn't say that he rescued those children. Also, I don't think one just stumbles on a marketplace where children are being sold. That's something you need to do research on the dark web, or through word of mouth with other people who share your proclivities. Why was Don in a place where children were being sold? He had to have gone there knowingly and willingly. And why, when Summer went missing, did he fail to bring that up? Wouldn't you think that if his 5-year-old disappeared and he really didn't know anything about it, and he knew there was a place in California where little kids were being sold, that he'd either tell law enforcement, tell Chris McDonough during one of his phone calls with him, or take off at the speed of lightning and drive to that place himself to see if Summer was there? I mean, Don said that he drove across the country like a maniac when he thought that his wife Candace was cheating on him. If he could do that for Candace, don't you think he'd do that for Summer? This is yet another of the WTF situations in this case. I know that Don essayed his sister Jeannie when she was 5 years old and he was 12, and it went on for quite a few years. Don's admitted that. 6 other women have come forward to say that Don also essayed them, allegedly. I've also heard Don Wells say that Allie Harris's young daughter, who they call Bear, has a body from hell and she's going to be pregnant soon. Yuck, Don. Yuck. A 57-year-old father of 4 little kids should not be talking like that. When Mary and Jeannie came out with their stories of SA to try and help with Summer's case, I realized that Don Wells was an SAer, but I didn't quite put 2 and 2 together to see that his form of SA may be about children and that might be his preference. It's not just that he forces himself on females, it sounds like it's his preference to be with young girls. I'm speculating here, but the pieces of the puzzle seem to fit. It's clear why Mary and Jeannie thought they needed to finally let it be known that their stepbrother, Don, was SAing them and others when they were kids. I'm sure that when they heard Summer was 5 and she was missing, it put a dagger straight through their hearts, and they knew that they finally had to share their stories publicly after keeping it a secret for such a long time. people don't believe you. People say, well, why are you just telling us this now? Especially a parent when he or she's been told that it's their other child who's committing the SA. And it's equally difficult for people like Mary and Jeannie to take the next step and press charges against their stepbrother Don. That's a seismic move in the family. It will forever change the family dynamic. Their father, Don Sr., is also Don's father. Don Sr., from what Mary has said, has been protecting his son Don his entire life. He hired pricey lawyers for Don, and even now, although I know he has dementia, Don Sr. allegedly has expressed that he wants his daughters to keep quiet about this stuff. I could swear that I heard Don Sr. wasn't talking to Jeannie because she spoke up about Don and reported him to the police. So in order to get justice, Mary, Jeannie, and the others had to risk losing their father and his love. How hard it must be to push through all of that and stick to your guns and make those charges against your brother. Don Wells is a dangerous man, and he should never have been entrusted with children, especially with 5-year-old Summer. And Candace Bly, you too are complicit. You had to have known your husband did these things, and you went ahead and had 4 kids with him and allowed Summer to sleep in the bed next to him for her entire life. And if what many of us suspect is true of your relationship with H, you too may have some proclivities when it comes to children. Is it possible that Summer's parents were both into children, if you know what I mean? It is possible. This is me speculating based on what's come out about the case and Summer's parents' behavior. This is all allegedly, but wow, it paints a picture, doesn't it? Until the next time on Bed Crime Stories. Now you know what I'm going to ask you. Smash that like button.